Welcome back to the channel. If you were riding through the 1960s, you know that it was a golden era for motorcycles. A time when design, performance, and innovation all came together to create some truly iconic machines. Picture this. It's the summer of '69. You and your iron horse are heading down the highway. Maybe your girl is on the back, or maybe it's you and the open road. Either way, you had freedom. Freedom to think. Freedom to escape the crazy world around you. Was that you? Before we start, let me know what brand your first bike was, and if you like this video of vintage bikes, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for your support. Let's kick things off with the Ducati 750 GT, which made its debut in 1969. This was the first Ducati to feature a V-twin engine, and it marked a significant milestone for the company. Italian motorcycles were known for their stylish design, and the 750 GT was no exception. At the heart of the 750 GT was a 748 cubic centimeters air-cooled L-twin engine. This was Ducati's first foray into the larger displacement twin-cylinder market, and it was an instant success. The 750 GT's engine was designed with a desmodromic valve system, a technology that would become synonymous with Ducati. This innovative system allowed for precise valve control without traditional springs, providing more power and reliability at higher engine speeds. Producing around 60 horsepower, the 750 GT was capable of reaching top speeds around 125 miles per hour, a remarkable achievement for a production bike of its time. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds, offering riders impressive acceleration and power delivery. The L-twin engine's characteristic torque and high revving nature made it a joy to ride, especially in the twisties. Paired with two 30mm Dell'Orto carburetors, it delivered smooth throttle response and steady power throughout the rev range, and lightweight construction of the bike made it an exciting ride for motorcyclists who crave performance without sacrificing reliability. The bike's designed as a sport touring motorcycle, meaning it was built to offer a balance of performance and comfort. One of its standout features was its frame, a steel duplex cradle frame that provided both rigidity and strength, which was essential for handling the power from the engine. The frame was relatively lightweight for the era, contributing to the Ducati's nimble handling. The 750 GT used telescopic forks at the front and twin rear shock absorbers, which gave it good stability even at higher speeds. The suspension setup was firm yet comfortable, allowing the bike to perform well on both smooth highways and rougher back roads. It also had 18-inch wheels with spoked rims, which were common at the time, and gave the bike a traditional, elegant look. It was also one of the first production bikes to feature a front disc brake as standard equipment. While disc brakes were not yet ubiquitous on motorcycles, this was an important step forward for Ducati. The disc brake improved braking performance, offering superior stopping power and more control compared to the drum brakes found on many other bikes of the era. The Ducati 750 GT didn't just set the stage for Ducati's future success. It helped establish the brand as a major player in the world of high-performance motorcycles. Ducati's use of the desmodromic valve system, along with their focus on performance, would become key features in many of their subsequent models, particularly in the sport bike and racing segments. Next, we have the Kawasaki W1, introduced in 1966, a bike that marked a significant milestone for the Japanese brand. The W1 was Kawasaki's first entry into the 650 cubic centimeters class, and was designed to compete directly with British bikes like the Triumph Bonneville and BSA A65. What set the W1 apart was its blend of Japanese reliability and British-inspired design. At the heart of the Kawasaki W1 was a 645 cubic centimeters air-cooled parallel twin engine. It was a straightforward design, with a double overhead camshaft and twin Amal carburetors that delivered 53 horsepower. With this power, the W1 could reach a top speed of about 110 miles per hour, which was competitive for its time. While the W1's engine was derived from British models, Kawasaki made some notable improvements. It had a robust and reliable electrical system, and its 5-speed gearbox provided smoother shifting compared to some of its British competitors. The W1 was not just about performance. It was also about style. The bike featured classic British design elements, including a large chrome fuel tank, round headlamp, and full fenders, and was unmistakably a product of its time. Handling on the W1 was a pleasant surprise. While it didn't quite have the sharpness of some European bikes, the W1 was designed for comfort, and it excelled at longer rides. With its steel frame and telescopic front forks, the bike offered a relatively smooth ride, and its moderate weight of about 430 pounds made it stable, yet still nimble enough for daily use. The bike was more than just a copy of British bikes. It was a statement. While many Japanese manufacturers were still learning the ropes of large-capacity motorcycles, the W1 proved that they could design a bike that was not only reliable but also stylish and capable of holding its own in the competitive 650 cubic centimeters market. Riders appreciated its blend of ruggedness, ease of maintenance, and smooth performance. In the years following its introduction, the W1 helped build Kawasaki's reputation in the global market. The W1 remained in production until 1974, and while it may not have the same racing pedigree as some other motorcycles from the era, it remains a beloved classic for Kawasaki enthusiasts today. Next, let's talk about the Suzuki T500, which hit the streets in 1968. This bike marked a major turning point for Suzuki, as it was their first large-displacement two-stroke motorcycle. The T500 was a bike that combined the thrilling power with the reliability and ease of maintenance that Suzuki became known for. It was a game-changer for Suzuki and an exciting bike for riders at the time. At the heart was a 491 cubic centimeters, air-cooled, two-stroke parallel twin engine. Two-stroke engines were known for their lightweight design and high power output relative to engine size, and the T500 was no exception. It produced about 45 horsepower, which allowed it to reach a top speed of around 100 miles per hour, impressive for a middleweight motorcycle at the time. The T500's engine was a key element in making it stand out from its competitors. It was tuned to deliver a strong mid-range power band, making it highly responsive at typical street speeds. One of the benefits of the two-stroke engine was its ability to rev quickly and powerfully, which made for a thrilling riding experience. Despite being a two-stroke, which could sometimes be less refined than four-stroke engines, Suzuki made sure that the T500 was smooth enough for both new and experienced riders. Handling was another strong point for the T500. Weighing around 400 pounds, it was light for a 500 cubic centimeters bike, and its simple, rugged frame made it easy to control. It had a twin-shock rear suspension and telescopic front forks, offering a comfortable and stable ride, even on uneven surfaces. It wasn't as sporty as a true racing bike, but it had more than enough zip for everyday riding, weekend cruises, or even some light track action. What made the T500 especially attractive to riders in the 1960s was its ease of maintenance. Unlike some of the more complex four-stroke bikes, the bike was simple to work on. The engine was straightforward, and parts were relatively easy to obtain. For a lot of riders, this made it a perfect blend of performance and practicality. The Suzuki T500 is often remembered as one of the defining bikes of the 1960s, helping to cement Suzuki's reputation as a manufacturer of affordable yet high-performing motorcycles. It offered a new level of performance for two-stroke bikes, which were typically seen as entry-level machines. With the T500, Suzuki proved that you could have a lightweight, easy-to-maintain bike that still packed a punch. Even today, it is a sought-after model among collectors and vintage motorcycle enthusiasts. Its reputation for being durable, fun to ride, and surprisingly fast for its size has kept it in high regard. And it's not just a nostalgia piece. The T500 is still very much a favorite of riders who appreciate classic two-stroke bikes. Like many of the motorcycles from the 1960s, the Suzuki T500 represents an era of bold innovation and exciting engineering. It wasn't just about raw horsepower or top speeds. It was about creating a bike that was fun, reliable, and easy to maintain, something that every rider could appreciate. Do you have any memories of riding a Suzuki T500 or another classic two-stroke from the 60s? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, let's talk about the Moto Guzzi V7, introduced in 1967. This motorcycle represents the heart and soul of Italian engineering. With its distinctive transverse V-twin engine and rugged construction, the V7 became one of the most beloved motorcycles of its time, and it remains a fan favorite among classic bike enthusiasts to this day. At the core of the bike is its 703 cubic centimeters air-cooled, transverse V-twin engine. This innovative engine design, where the cylinders are mounted horizontally across the frame, not only gave it a unique look, but also contributed to its low center of gravity and excellent stability. The V7's engine produced around 50 horsepower, giving the bike a top speed of approximately 110 miles per hour. The engine was paired with a 4-speed gearbox, which offered smooth shifting and precise control, making it ideal for both city cruising and open road touring. Its long, linear power delivery meant it could tackle long-distance rides with ease, while also offering solid acceleration for spirited rides through twisty mountain roads. One of the most forward-thinking features of the V7 was its braking system. The V7 was one of the first production motorcycles to feature disc brakes, which significantly improved stopping power compared to the drum brakes common on many bikes at the time. With a front disc brake and a rear drum brake, the V7 offered a much more controlled and reliable stopping performance, making it an ideal bike for both fast cruising and touring. In terms of design, the Moto Guzzi V7 was distinctly Italian. With its large chrome-plated fuel tank, sleek lines, and stylish chrome accents, the V7 was as much a piece of art as it was a functional motorcycle. The unique V-twin engine was a signature feature, and the bike's overall look set it apart from the more traditional designs of the time. It was a bike that looked like it meant business, and in many ways, it did. While Moto Guzzi was known for its rugged reliability, the V7 brought something extra, a sense of Italian flair that was evident in both the performance and the design. The V7 wasn't just about power or speed. It was a bike that excelled in providing a smooth, comfortable ride over long distances. Whether on winding mountain roads or open highways, the V7 felt solid, planted, and responsive. Interestingly, the V7 was also quite a success in the world of motorsport. It proved itself in endurance racing and was even used by the Italian police in pursuit vehicles, further cementing its reputation as a reliable and tough motorcycle. The V7 had the legs for high-speed stability and long-range touring, while also being nimble enough for lighter, more aggressive riding. Many vintage motorcycle enthusiasts still search for and restore the V7, and it's often seen in classic motorcycle shows. It is widely regarded as one of the most important motorcycles in the company's history, with its influence still seen in the brand's modern lineup of bikes. If you've got any memories or stories from your own riding days, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And if you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more videos just like this.